Good morning, guys. Good to see everybody this morning. Just getting us live on Twitter as well, and then we can get going here, guys. So we're right back to that 60-10 magnet that we were at like 2 days ago. That 60-10 on ES, we were playing off of that level. It looks like that's going to be our anchor again today, meaning, um, you know, if we want to break to the upside and go try to break 60-20 and climb back up to that 60-30 area, then 610 will be our level that we're still in long territory. If we bust under 610 to go break under 6,000, then we use 610 again as kind of our cutoff if we're shorting. If that makes sense to you guys. Morning, Sasha. Yeah, very, very tight opening range. It's leading me to think that, you know, a pretty large move is going to come either direction when it does come, because this is very, very tight. Almost tight enough to make you nervous. We got about 5 minutes, and then we'll begin our trades. Okay. All right, another can of Alp down, guys. Crushing these this week. That's how you know what kind of week that we've had based on how many packs of Alp I'm going through. So it looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a balance off of that 60-10 area right here. Um, you know, maybe we can go up and grab into the 20s. If we can get into the 20s, I'll be feeling a lot better about longs today. Let's just see what we can do, though. Yesterday was a good day for us. I think, most everybody that was on chat or watching with us, you should have been green yesterday. So let's just replicate what we did yesterday and then cruise our way to a nice, easy week. 2 days to go, guys. 'So the range that I'm interested in right now is what's happening between 60-10 and 60-20. Just that 10-point range right there. 60-10, obviously, because, it's our anchor that we're talking about, and then 60-20 because it's these wicks right up here. And because we've been trading all week, we know how important 60-20 has also been to us. So quite literally, this wick right here, the red one, and then this green wick down here. This is the range I'm interested in. If we can break out of this range, then I'll feel pretty good about putting a trade on. 5 minutes until our open range is defined. Um, so I'm gonna wait those minutes, unless we get you know 1 or 2 minutes away from open range defined, and it's looking like we're going to go a certain direction. Then I might put a starter on and go that way with it. 6010 ES Weekly Open. Yeah, Jones, from a couple weeks ago, that 6010 area was a pretty important area for us as well. And I was talking either yesterday or the day before, as you keep trading the same thing every day, which is what we do, then you're gonna remember certain price points, certain areas that maybe give you a little bit of difficulties, or maybe there was some resistance, or just a battle right there. So you remember those, and then you take it with you on the next day that you're trading, or maybe the next week. So you have a little bit more of an understanding of a certain price. But yeah, 60/10 is pretty important. And I would say the biggest struggle that we've had within the last 2 to 3 weeks on ES to get above is 60/30. That 60/30 area, I mean, we've been talking about it, has been an absolute nightmare. I've used the reference a couple times. Every time you think you're going to break 60/30, you get choke slammed straight back down. It'll clear it for a little while, and then, you're always shot right back down. So maybe today's the day that we bust it and, can keep climbing above it. That would be great. That way, next week we don't even have to worry about 60/30. But, whatever happens, we'll trade it accordingly. We got about 2 minutes to go here, guys, and then we got the opening range. Um, all signs are pointing that, we're wanting to go long today. However, I've seen it too many times that, we're starting to break out earlier in the morning before that range is defined, and then, we get completely obliterated on the way down. So just being a little bit patient here, letting it confirm. Um, and if we play off of 60/20, that's fine with me.
Order filled.
Okay, I'll put a little starter size on right here to the long side. Um, Go ahead and put an initial stop loss right here. Back down into the consolidation is where I have a stop. Um, and if I can creep down a little bit more, I might start adding into this.
Order filled.
Put one more on, and I'm decently happy with this starter. Looking for an open range high breakout is what I'm looking for here. push us back into the 60-20s here, and let's climb up and test that dreaded 60-30. And if we can get back up above 60-20 with a little bit of confirmation, I'll add up and add into this. Just throwing on a little starter size for the time being to see if we want to pop 60-20, because there has been some strength this morning after the bell. And then if we confirm, then I'll add into it. And as I add into it, if I do, then I'll start moving my stop up with me accordingly. Let's see, I just want to clear that previous red candle right there. Start pulling this up below that to protect toward the downside here. See what we can make happen, guys. I haven't added yet because we haven't cleared that wick. Well, I mean, by haven't added, I mean I haven't added to my position. I have 2 contracts on, still my starter size. Start pulling this up with me now. We're in the green if any of you guys want to take early profit. I know some of you guys are quicker scalpers. Let's do the thing. See if we can clear 60-25. Morning, scalper. Good to see you, brother. And I'm just leaving my stop right here under this little structure. You know, it'll be a paper cut loss for me. We were up in the profit here, but I was wanting to push a little bit more personally. You know, you could have gotten a few points right there, but I'm going to leave it on and see if we can break above that 60-25. We start clearing 60-25 area, then, you know, I'll reevaluate and see how long I want to stay in the thing. Being mindful of that 60-30 spot.
Order filled.
All right, took one contract off right there just because I know how much of a pain the 60/30 area has been. That way I'm guaranteeing profit no matter what. And I'll pull this up with me a little bit right under my entry. Pulled up a little bit more. We're tapping 60/25 right now, guys. So I'm going to keep pulling this up with me. So far, not a bad opening scalp. It's profitable trade. I've closed one contract out. I've got the other one, a stop set in the profit. That way, if it wants to reject hard, we're still making money on both contracts. So, as for a opening morning trade, I'll take this. What up, beers and stocks? Yeah, all is well here, brother. I hope you're doing good. We're just going to scalp our way to a nice Thursday morning here. I am liking it. I'm going to keep pulling this up, getting it a little bit tighter. Stop loss right under 60.25 now. That way, this will be a decent little trade for me on the morning.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. Stopped in the profit. It's $400 to start the morning on each account, so $1,200 out of the gates. We'll take it. We'll keep adding that up. Can't be mad with it. Cannot be mad with it. And that's another example. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but in case we keep getting newer viewers that this might be your first stream with this, when I take entries a lot of times, you guys might notice these are not always on pullbacks. It's because, I'm using the market structure. I mean, if I'm adding not on a pullback, it's because I think that a breakout is coming. And I'm okay with starting a little bit early, giving myself room to average down with keeping a pretty tight stop. And that way, what that does is it keeps me from missing the move if it happens. And yeah, we failed that move right there. Well, I mean, we didn't fail the move. I mean, we won the trade. We got exactly what we were looking for. Before we got into this, I said, that 60/30 area, it's been very, very tricky. So I'm going to look to get out before 60/30, right there at 60.25. Because, all signs were pointing that we're going to break it. And we still might. I hope to God that we do. But, choke slam candles are in abundance at 60/30. So we're being aware of that.
Order filled. Order filled.
I'm going to shoot the ball
Order
again.
filled.
So I'm adding some more longs into this. And I'm going to put my stop right below that wick that we just had right there. Either, we wick back up here and we go make new highs, or we confirm the fail of this move. go ahead and take this Alp out a little bit early. Um, Woke up feeling a little bit off this morning, so the nicotine's hitting me a little bit harder than it should be. So, I think nicotine is fantastic for trading, but if it's not doing, if it's doing the opposite effect of what you want, you know, not the best. So we're buzzing a little bit this morning, guys. And if we get above my entry this time, I am going to add more contracts onto this. That would be getting back above the open range high. And if we do it for a second time, I'm going to try to really take advantage of it on the way up. What's up, Meredith? Good to see you here. Yeah, I went to Starbucks this morning too. I think I went to Starbucks at 6 this morning, got up nice and early. Um, it was 6 something. I'm on the drink right now. 2 shots of espresso over ice, pour a protein shake over it. Delicious. Cut down on some calories with the other drink that I was getting. Um, so yeah, I've got my Starbucks in me. We got nicotine. Now we just need the charts to cooperate with us. Oh yeah, of course. You guys don't have to thank me for streaming. Thank you guys for watching. You guys could be spending your morning anywhere else, but you guys are here with us, so I truly do appreciate that. See if we can make something happen right here. My stop, by the way, guys, it's under this structure that we have here, and it's also right under that mid range of the open range. And if we start breaking under the mid range, then typically we're going to go at least test the low range of that. So that's why the stop's there. But I'm looking to break to the upside again and shoot the ball some more.
Order filled.
All right, I'm going to add up into that. We're going to go for it. Don't know if that's the nicotine talking or what, but whatever. We're going for it. Take us up. Pull my stop up a little bit with me now.
Order filled.
Take one of those off now at the retest of that previous area that we rejected at. So just protecting myself as this trade is developing here, guys. let's make 1 million today. That would be cool. I mean, I'm not opposed. If we make 1 million today, I wouldn't turn it down. Dude, I don't know that last Alp and that pouch. There's something up with that. I'm not speaking from experience here, but it tastes very similar to what I would imagine a Tide Pod to taste like. Um, Getting me a little bit concerned here.
Order filled.
Okay. Getting stopped there basically at entry. I took one of the contracts off to secure a little bit there. Let this play out a minute. Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I'm pro nicotine, but there is something up with that one. It might have gone through the washing machine. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. It's entirely possible. That would make a lot of sense if that's the case. We're just having a little bit of a battle right here at open range high.
Order filled.
I'll shoot the ball one more time to the long side, guys. It's acting like it wants to stay long, so I'll stay in the game. Like keeping those tight little stops like I do. Um, each trade that I lose, I'm not really getting wrecked on anything, so, let you keep shooting the ball. It's time to put it down here. Yeah, I do, Noah. So I really don't have any nicotine outside of trading hours. I rarely will I have any on the weekends. And then, after I'm done trading, I'm pretty much done with nicotine for the day. The only thing that I don't take a break on is caffeine. I just keep having
Order
caffeine all
filled.
day long. I'll have caffeine 10 minutes before bed. Doesn't phase me. Here we go. Come on.
Order filled.
Adding up into this strength again. Pull this up. Keep shooting the ball, baby. We keep shooting the ball. Take one
Order
of those
filled.
off. Let's go see if we can proper test 60-30. Oh, yeah, guys. We are
Order filled.
cranking. Move this up right above that top wick right there. This is exactly why, guys, I'll keep shooting the ball. Like, if my once I develop a thesis, I'll keep a tight stop. I don't mind, to do 2 or 3 trades within the same thesis with a tight stop, protecting myself in case I'm wrong. I can be wrong, but until there's like a strong confirmation that I'm not wrong, I'll shoot the ball every time.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. So we're up. Uh, I'm up 800 in each account, so 2,400 on the morning. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. The only question I have right now is, do I crack open a new pack? And, do I give nicotine a better chance today and just count that one off as a bad batch? These are the questions that I'm faced with. So you know what? I don't care either way. I'm good to go with no nicotine today, or I'll crack open a fresh pack. So you guys on Twitter and YouTube here, tell me what's the right decision to make. Do I do another Alp, or do I just stay off of it today? And that's what we're going to do. That's going to dictate this trading day. You guys let me know. Meredith, I know that you're going to vote against Alp. We all know that you're going to vote against it. Okay, so chat so far is suggesting that we don't do another Alp right now. So that's the way that it's leaning. That could change. Meredith started this. Okay, we got another one. Try another pack. All right, I'm liking this. Okay, we're tied now, guys. I might get my nicotine. I'm not addicted, if it's a no, I won't do it. But I hope it's a yes. Yeah, Meredith, three, I mean, that's pretty good. I've not had three yet, but my normal day, like through the course of the entire day, I do 12 shots of espresso every day. But I course them out, throughout the course of the day. I have people doing yard work outside right now, guys. So if there's like extra noise, that's what's going on. You only smoke when you drink and you stay hydrated. I hear you, man. Okay, good. We don't have background noise. That's incredible. Yeah, we're touching 60-30 right here, guys. Let's see if we can confirm it. I don't have a lot of trust in 60-30, so I need to see a convincing argument here. I'm gonna give this nicotine poll 2 more minutes. Right now, we're winning that we can have one. Yeah, there was just a lot of strength in this thing this morning, and that's why I kept shooting the ball to the long side. You know, each little tiny push down, it was just getting bought up, so we stayed long. See what we can make happen here. This next 5 minute candle, when it forms, you know, I want to see if we bust under that 60-30. And if not, I have no problem taking more long scalps. Um, sticking with the trend that's my main style of trading. This can doesn't want me to get in it. Realistically, if we could break out of the 60-30s to begin with, like altogether, um, I'll feel a lot safer in this thing just because 60-30 has been a pain, guys, the last 2 weeks. It really has. Are you guys green this morning? Did you guys take the same trades that I've taken so far? Nice, Meredith. Good to see that. Someone said that's a sign. Maybe Meredith is right. Don't tell her that. She's never going to try Zen or Alp with us. I'm in, by the way. I'm in. All right. So right now, ES and SPY wants to stay to the long side. So with that knowledge, I would like to see a slight pullback of some sort, like any kind of pullback to give us an entry to the long side here. Because right now I do need a pullback to enter just because, let me pull this chart down for you guys here. I need a pullback to enter just because we are very extended. We're not like at the beginning of a breakout level. We're kind of in the middle of the breakout, and I don't know when the move is going to end. So I would like to get some sort of a pullback within this breakout to hop in for the next leg. Maybe if we can get one more red candle here, like closer to that 60-30 spot, I'll start scaling in. Green by a tiny bit. Yeah, well, green is still green. I mean, don't stress that. You know, every day that we're green, that's a win, guys. It really is. Like slow and steady wins the race over the course of a long time. I mean, you see lots of people come in to trading. I've seen a lot over my years in trading that, it's like, shooting stars, so to speak. Like just bam, 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 like making massive profits for a short spurt, and then that style, it's good till it's not, and then you blow them up just as quick as you make them. So slow and steady really wins the race. If you're wanting a career at this, and you're not just treating this as like, oh, I'm going to do this for 6 months, maybe see what I can make, and then I'm out. If you want to make a career out of this, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, Chris, my trade copier stays linked pretty much at all times. Each morning when I start, I just do a quick glance to make sure that it's on. That's always a good practice. Just when you start the program of the morning, glance over, make sure it's on. But yeah, mine stays pretty consistent. This candle might be giving us the pullback that we need. Let's see. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I will do the trade copier video. Um, I forgot to do that. That's my bad, but I'll do that today. Listen, man, I mean, you stick around, like give yourself like a good solid 6 months or a year of like really strict like you don't even have to make a lot. If you can just put in good practices, like build a base for your strategy that you're a strict and disciplined trader, then you will be able to quit your job, just sip coffee and Alp every morning. Not saying that it's like some easy thing that you're gonna guaranteed get to. It's not. It's very hard. It's a lot of work, but if you give yourself 6 months being very disciplined, 100%, I mean, you could make that a reality. just looking for a little bit more of a precise entry, guys. I'm already up 2,400 on the day, so I'm um, not in that gunslinger of a mode right now. I'm trying to protect what I've already made and find the safest entry. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. I think that's good. I mean, there's no substitute for like experience and getting screen time, doing the reps on the trades yourself. That's going to develop you better than anything. But if you do find, a trader, it doesn't have to be me, it could be another trader that's, you know, verifiably profitable. They have a system that works. And if you vibe with their style, then yeah, just watch any content you can find of them. And then just that's how you learn is just, watching a lot of hours on the charts. That's what I did, when I was first learning a long time ago. Um, there wasn't as much content out back then as there is now, so it was harder to come by. But I went and bought any book that I could find, watched any YouTube video that I could find at the time, and just got my battle scars by trial and error. And eventually, if you're too stubborn to quit, you stay around, you're willing to fix your mistakes. Like if you're willing to accept, okay, I'm doing something wrong, let me see what I can change, and you stay in the game, it'll happen for you. What's that dog doing? So I keep my office door closed. She hates the outside people that's doing the yard work, so she's just barking at them. Not that she could do anything to them. She's like 4 pounds, but she likes to think that she can. Okay, we might be starting into the pullback area here. Yeah, I like that. Death by a thousand cuts into wisdom from a thousand scars. That's pretty good. That's how trading is. I mean, everybody's going to take cuts in trading. I mean, and you never stop taking cuts. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's not like one day you're never going to lose a trade again. You're always going to lose trades. It's just you learn how to lose those trades better.
Order
Okay.
filled.
I'm putting a starter on right here. I think that could have been the pullback. I didn't get that bottom entry there, but it's looking like it wants to go test 60-40 now. So I'm just putting one contract on to see if we can go test that 60-40 and hopefully break it. And if it does pull back more, then that'll give me a chance to add into this. 60-40 tap right there. Let's see if we can push up above it. And on that point, there is some good content out there about proper ways to trade, etc. And the only thing I'll say is like some people are better teachers than they are traders. Like the content they're putting out, like when the market's closed, in theory, like oh yeah, you do this, this, and that, like yeah, I mean, you can learn from a lot of that. It works, but sometimes those people, they can't even do their own things they're teaching live time. Like they're better teachers than actual traders. So, but it doesn't mean that the stuff that they're teaching is bad. I mean, like you take any teacher or college professor, like let's say, you have a criminal justice professor and they're like teaching you, oh, this is how you be a good police officer or this or that. They might know what the book says and what you're supposed to do, but in the actual field, can they do that? That's where the emotional thing comes in. That's where, you know, you're going to have to work that out yourself, like take what content is out there, make sure that it's good content that's actually logical, and then work on applying that and being able to do it live time before the chart fully develops. Because everybody's a perfect trader after the chart's already developed for the day. Like, oh, I would have bought here, I would have sold here. It's like, yeah, well, duh, anybody could tell you that. But what the hard part is being able to do it live time before the chart's fully developed. One of my favorite books, it's not so much about chart reading, but it's probably one of the better books I've read. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I think there's an audio book for free on YouTube of it. I listened to it years ago on YouTube. It should still be up. Um, that's a very good psychology book for trading. It actually helped me quite a bit. So we got the 60-40 tap. Let's see if we can get back above that and get a little bit more out of this trade here. And if you ask me my opinion, I think knowing how to read a chart or read patterns and this and that, that's like at best 20% of the equation at best. And then the other 80% is going to come down to how well can you control your emotions and how disciplined are you. Um, that's the hardest part. And if you think about it, it makes sense because all the information is out there. Anything that you could potentially want to know about trading, it's already out there. It's been out there for years. What makes it hard, because everybody has the same information, what makes it difficult is can you control your emotions and apply the information?
Order filled.
All right, I'm taking my little scalp right there off, just a quick little profit right there. We tapped 60-40. I didn't fully get the pullback entry that I could have had that I could have. I thought it would pull back a little bit more, so I jumped into the party late. But I was just on for one stop, got a little bit out of it. Showed up to the party, got a free drink. I'm out. Um, and I would rather show up late to the party, maybe miss out on some profits, miss out on a couple extra free drinks, than think the party's starting now and it's not. The party's ending, and you show up and everybody's gone, and then you're left looking like a clown. And what that means is you add on a pullback too early, and it's the pullback that keeps on pulling back, and you end up with the bill for the party instead of getting a free drink. Which book, Meredith? Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I'll put it in the chat here. Like I said, I think there's still an audio book up on YouTube for free, and it's an easy listen. Like you can probably knock it out in like 2-3 days max. I listened to it in the car when I was listening to it. I would put it on all my drives and just listen to a couple chapters at a time. It's a very easy listen. If you want to get the most out of it, Meredith, what you should do is, put the video on in your car, drive yourself to the gas station, get a pack of Zen, set a destination somewhere for a few hours, and then just go. You'll get through a whole can of Zen and a whole audiobook, and you'll be a better trader for it. Do it this weekend. Yeah, perfect truck driving idea, Chris. It'd be perfect for you. So it's looking, guys, like we might just keep grinding up, and which that's good. The market's going up. However, I'm not seeing any clear-cut entries for us right now. We got the entries that we got. I mean, I think we nailed them while they were down there, and right now I just don't see any. So we would kind of be chasing a little bit up here, unless we get some significant pullbacks into structure. Um, so. I'll probably end stream a little bit early this morning. We've only been on an hour, but I'm up total of 3K on the morning. We did good solid trades. Hope all of you guys are green. It was pretty smooth this morning. We didn't really have any hiccups. We're above 60/30, that nightmare area. So my hope for the day is that we could go test 60/50. That's the next key level that I'm seeing. It's a psych level. It might be a little bit of a bumpy road when we start getting close to it. Maybe some pullbacks or maybe a sharp smack down, or maybe it just busts through it completely. But 60/50 is the next key level that I'm seeing. So if you guys are going to keep trading, use 60/30 as a support level for us. So 60/30, like if it starts looking like it wants to break under that, guys, just get out. Don't chance it. I mean, you could even, if it gets close to 60/30, take on a little assumption short, thinking that it is going to pop under it and use it that way. So I mean, you can use the key levels as both support and resistance ideas. But 60/30 and 60/50 are the two areas of interest that I have right now. So I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break. Like I said, I'm not feeling 100% myself this morning. I woke up a little bit off. I don't know what's going on. But we worked through it, and nice and profitable, smooth morning. How long have I been doing these streams? Yeah, I was off for a couple years. Like we all went through a nightmare of a case that was completely fabricated, that we really couldn't be on social media for a couple years. But now, we're allowed to be back on here. I've been doing these streams, like Patrick said, for 2, maybe 3 weeks. But I'm going to do them every day. I'm back just getting started. I truly do love this trading community that we have, guys. Like, I've always loved this trading community. I think there's a lot of great people on here. I think it's a good thing when we all try to help each other, when we, band together and we all profit together. Like, if you're trading SPY or ES, I mean, we can all win together. Like, we're not against each other. So, I'm going to do these every day. And, I hope to see you on here some more. Um, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I gave you the levels of interest. Looks like we are trying to push up to 60/50 now. So if you're playing it, just know that that's the area.